Sorry about that cut, guys. Thought someone was going to the door. Anyways, back to this. These are good versions of the film. They're both in widescreen. They're very clear, very vibrant, cut with color. Pretty good sound, so you can't go wrong with this. I nearly bought the Blu-rays of each of these films individually, but that would have cost a little over double more of what I paid for this. So, you know, I mean, it's bare bones. You just get the movie and a little bit of extras, but that's really all I was after with these. Can't close the case here. Here's Mr. Bean, the whole Bean. This is the remastered 25th anniversary collection. This show has never looked better, or the sound is a little lacking, and I'll get to that in a minute. This is put out by fabulousfilms.com and Tiger Aspect and Actually Shout. So you have a lot of different studios behind this release. You get all 14 episodes of the landmark original series that introduced Mr. Bean to the world, basically. This used to air on public television, the PBS stations around the country. That's how I was introduced to Mr. Bean back in the early 90s, probably as early as 91 or 92, maybe even 1990. But I mean, I watched it at my house, my grandmother watched it, my babysitter watched it. I mean, it was a very popular show. And I'd seen many episodes, probably mostly from the first season, so to speak, the first year they did it. But, there's a lot of classics here. The Library, Bus Stop, Mr. Bean's Christmas, the Mr. Bean Thanksgiving, I think he did, maybe. There's just a lot of memorable episodes here. And they look better than ever. This may be the best they'll ever look. The sound issues, it's just a little garbly. There's just some slight, it's hard to explain the sound. It's just a little garbly at times. It's barely noticeable. Mostly when music is playing, and I'm surprised they let this pass through the QC when they were, I guess, mastering the audio or author, doing the DVD authoring. So, yeah, I don't get it. But that's just barely a problem. The other problem is this case is so cheap that it just won't close. It's very fragile. The actual booklet gets in the way and prevents it from closing at times. But so I'll be replacing this. I think they sell cases like this, hopefully with a 4-disc. But you can't go wrong with this set. You can also get the original Whole Bean collection. That one has not the picture doesn't look quite as good as this, and take the manual out. Sorry, and I think it's actually edited, maybe in a way. I'm not sure, but this is well worth picking up. I definitely recommend it if you're a Mr. Bean fan. I really enjoyed it, and just over the years, they just don't play that on PBS anymore. For some reason, they don't. I guess once Shot Factory bought up the rights, they quit showing it on television. They couldn't obtain the rights anymore, maybe. I don't know. But this is unopened. Panic Room, I've wanted this for quite a while. This is the Super Bit edition. There's also a version out on DVD that also has a paper case. It's kind of similar to this one as well. Just the front of it's paper, which is odd. We have great sound here. DTS 511 digital. Great picture, higher bitrate, great entertainment. Plays on all DVD players. That's a pretty much 99% true statement. That's not a guarantee that it'll play on all players, but great film. Panic Room came out in like 2001, I think. Let's see here. Yeah, about 2001, 2002. I don't think you get any special features with this. The only special feature you get is the theatrical teaser, which showed in the theater, of course. The story is, on this one, Jodie Foster's character is moving after a divorce, moving with her daughter. They find this house that has these, I guess, savings bonds or something like that in them, in the safe inside this panic room. And these, 3 guys come in to get it. One of the guys that actually builds the panic rooms is with him, and the story goes on from there. Great film. You can buy this on the cheap. Well worth owning. Now, moving on to the PlayStation stuff. PlayStation 2, I think it's the only PS2 game I got, and that's Burnout Dominator. Bought it after I wanted another Burnout game. Only have 2 Burnout games, and I'll probably buy the one that came out before this, or the very first Burnout game. That was always fun, or Burnout 2. But yeah, I think this is the last one on the PS2, and it actually looks pretty close to a PS3 game. So, there's great challenges in here. You can play, unlock cars, and I don't think that you can upgrade the cars all that much, if at all. 1 to 4 players. Just beautiful game, though. Just beautiful. Can't say enough good things about it. I think most of these, all of them I bought from a friend. Here's that Need for Speed Shift again that I had borrowed. Just an overall great game. It's very similar to Gran Turismo 5. But you can level up in this game a lot faster. Not having to grind through levels like you do in Gran Turismo series as a whole. That's one thing I like about this game. You can get through it a little quicker, and the pace is not so slow. But the races are a little harder at times, so this one's worth picking up. I know you can find it really cheap used now. These I bought from the next 4 games I bought from a coworker. Got them really, really cheap. Probably about $10 cheaper, $15 cheaper than I would actually pay at for each of these at a used video game store. Uncharted 3, and this copy's almost, pristine, just about. But Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception, very good game, I'm sorry. Looks really good. I haven't played any of the Uncharted games. I do have Uncharted 1, that's incomplete, and I do have Uncharted 2, which is complete. I think that's one of the special editions of the game. These look like a very cinematic type of video game. Looks really cool. I want to play it, and I will eventually. Batman Arkham City. Game of the Year edition bonus content includes Harley Quinn's Revenge, internet connection required, which I do have. Looks like a great game. I do plan on getting the next 2 Batman games. I think there's 2 more on the PS3. But there's a lot of cool extras here. I'll be popping that in and playing that really, really soon. Next game is Infamous. Looks really cool. I've seen that. It does have an NFL sticker, funny enough. Came off of a hat or something, I don't know. Looks really cool. Kind of similar to Grand Theft Auto's, the game that competes with that. I forget the name at the time, it'll lose me. Resistance 3, I don't have this version. It works with the PlayStation Move. And I did have a PlayStation Move gun from this same coworker. I had borrowed it, actually, basically. And never did use it, so I gave it back to him. But this game looks really good. I've been impressed with these types of games. So yeah, comment